So I came to summarize my trip around Asia, like around Japan and South Korea. And first thing about my trip is that unfortunately I couldn't experience those places as much as I wanted to because I was crying all the time and I was in a very bad mood. I was feeling very badly. And also it made me feel very lonely because like people around me, they didn't know what's going on. They were like looking at me like I'm crazy or something like this. And I didn't have like really people to talk to feel better. I was feeling really badly. I was very stressed. I was crying. And yeah, so I basically most of the time I don't even know that I'm in Japan or Korea because I was mentally not there. I was just like everything around me, I was out there. I was not there. So it would be completely different if I was in a better, like if it was better time. But anyway, here's my impressions about South Korea and Japan. So the thing that I really liked about both of those countries is that there's a lot of public toilets which are free and they are in a really good state. And for example, in the Netherlands where I live, there's no public toilets. And when you suddenly miraculously find a public toilet, it's always paid for. And the same thing in a lot of European countries, which I absolutely hate. And a thing that I really, really, really like about both South Korea and Japan is that there's a lot of public toilets which are free. They are in a good state, and that's amazing because everybody needs a bathroom. And another thing that I really liked is that it's easy to find public Wi-Fi in quite many places, which is also very good. And that was also very helpful. And also the public transport was not very bad because like sometimes in some countries it's very difficult to find information about how to go where. Like I had this in Serbia, I couldn't find, like even I downloaded an app that was supposed to tell me, and the app was telling me wrong information, so I got lost so many times. But in South Korea and Japan it was like information was easy to get, was on Google Maps, was everywhere. So and there's a lot of like things going, like trains, buses, there's a lot of alternatives, so that was a good thing. And another thing is that there was a lot of cute things that I really like both clothes, like accessories, stuff like this. It was like, oh my god, I love them so much. Like if I had more money with myself, if I had like unlimited budget, I would buy so many things. Because like when I travel around Europe, I don't buy that much stuff because like most of the things in Europe, they don't look nice, they don't look special, they don't look cute, they are very basic. And so when I travel around European cities, I don't spend a lot of money on such things. And I also don't spend a lot of money on souvenirs because they are also very basic and similar in every place. And another thing is food, which there was so many, like I finally understood those people who talk all the time about how different Japanese food is and how, about different foods in Japan and also Korea. But I think I've seen like more foods that I've never seen in my life before in Japan, but I'm not sure, because there's like you go to a shop and you have a lot of things in different flavors, you have a lot of different snacks that you've never seen in Europe. And there were some things that I was eating every day. I kind of got addicted to them. I kind of miss them right now. I miss rice because like there's so many things with rice that are so good and they are in Asia. Like there's a lot of good things with rice, and right now I kind of miss rice. And I wish I stayed the longest, so I because I didn't even have time to try all of those things because there were so many things that I never seen before that I would need more time to try all of them. So yeah. And I then another thing that I really liked, it was Seoul. Like it was a big surprise for me that I liked it so much. Maybe also because the city is like it's alive at night. There's like things going on, like there's people in the streets, and this is something that I don't have in the Netherlands. Even in the bigger city, everybody is asleep like after 9. Like there's nobody in the streets. If you want to go outside at night and buy something, you cannot buy anything. There's no shops that are open, there's no 24-hour shops, nothing like this. And I was really like this was a nice change for me, that I was in a place that I could be at night, walk at night, do things at night, because in the Netherlands like everybody is asleep at this time. And also Yeah, this is something that I really liked. The things that I didn't like is, for example, that there was too much electronics. Like all the things, they were so complicated, and sometimes there was something that, I would use a locker, and I had to use the locker myself, but there was nobody to ask like how to use this locker. And when something was broken, I had nobody to ask. Same at the airport, and like I hate it because it's like I'm very bad at electronics. Sometimes I don't know how to use something, and then I have nobody to ask, and if something is broken then you cannot ask anybody, and it's very annoying. I had the same with tickets at the airport. I had the same yeah, in many places I actually had that, which was very annoying. I didn't like it, and I felt like very silly for that because I was like, everybody sees how bad at electronics I am. And also another thing that I really didn't like were the rules, like a lot of baseless, like senseless rules that nobody needs for anything. I'm not a fan of rules, and like when I, for example, especially in Japan, I was entering Japan, and there was like you always have customs and nothing, and everywhere basically that I have been, it's like most of people have nothing to declare, so they just go through the customs, through the nothing to declare lane, and they just go. But in Japan you had to fill a lot of paperwork. If you had nothing to declare, you had to fill a lot of paperwork if you had something to declare. So it was like questions about where you're staying, what's your name, what's your passport, blah blah blah, what's your flight. And it's like, such like senseless feeling of information, and you had to check everything, and like, oh, what was the number of my flight? I don't remember. So it's very very annoying, and there was a lot of things that I had to fill in when I was going to Japan, when I was leaving Japan. That was very very annoying. I didn't like it, and I in general I'm not a fan of rules, and I'm not like, there was a lot of those red tapes. So blah. And another thing that you should like pay attention to if you're in Japan, especially, is that you don't you need time to see those things, because it's like you are in one city. For example, you're in Kyoto and you want to see things in Kyoto, and I was expecting that I would see everything. I was going to be there for 3 days, and like there was it you just need a lot of time, because the cities, they are big, different attractions are in different places. Sometimes you go inside the temple, you spend few hours there because it's giant. So I definitely needed more time. What really surprised me the most, like a lot, is that like it was pretty warm, and I was there in October, and at the time, like in Europe, it was like maybe 15 degrees and raining. And I came to South Korea, I came to Japan, it was like 25 degrees, and even some people told me that just before I came it was like really hot, and just became suddenly like 25 and wasn't like that hot anymore. And what also like shocked me was that there were mosquitoes in South Korea when I was there in October. Like they told me they are usually not there in October anymore, but they were not only there were mosquitoes, but there were a lot of mosquitoes. Like I've never seen so many mosquitoes in my life, and I've never been bit by mosquitoes so many times. Like I had mosquito bites everywhere. So yeah, that actually really surprised me. But for me, that was good that it was warm, because like I don't like cold. I'm just freezing when it's cold. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is how people dress in Japan and South Korea. And actually, I really like the way they dress. I was always thinking this is kind of a stereotype, about kawaii style. And but actually, Asian girls kind of dress a bit like this. Like a lot of girls, they wear like, for example, those gloves with no fingers, like those, cute gloves. Even men, like I saw a lot of men wearing them, and I saw a lot of people having like fluffy cute charms next to like on a backpack or something like this. I saw so many people with them, and a lot of girls were wearing skirts, like a lot. And a lot of girls were wearing like a color, like a cute color. And they were actually, I already had this kawaii style. And like girls in Korea, they were like on average, like there were more girls who were like less natural. Like for example, they had hair dyed different colors, or they had maybe they had plastic surgeries. I don't know, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But there were more girls who were like more, let's say, alternative. And in Japan, there were more girls who were like more, just basic, not really basic, because they were still like cute, and like they still had this cute style, but weren't that you know, alternative and that standing out. Like in South Korea, I saw a lot of girls who were like who really have very alternative style, who really look like dolls. Sometimes I was like, oh my god, you look like a doll. They were so cute, some of those girls. And like the girls in Japan, they were also very very cute, and like they dressed so cute. And I noticed that even men, they didn't, you know, they didn't look like toxic masculinity. They were like even wearing those cute gloves, and also having those cute charms. And like actually I liked it a lot, because I don't like men who try to look like very masculine. I always find it very cringe. But this is just my personal opinion. So actually I really like how people dress, and maybe that's why I liked a lot of clothes that I saw them. Especially like in Seoul, there were so many clothes that I really wanted to buy. Like they were so nice. Like I would look at them and I was like, oh my god, I want it. Of course I couldn't buy most of them. I just bought few things. Like I bought 2 shirts, which I still didn't plan to buy anything anyway when it comes to the clothing. I was thinking that maybe I will buy something when it comes to clothing, so I was like, okay, this is the clothes that I'm going to buy, because I had this in my mind that maybe I will find something cute, because I always liked Asian style. When there was something that online that I would see that I liked, it was always tagged as Asian, Japanese, Korean style. And actually when you go to Japan and Korea, there's a lot of clothing that I really like, that are very cute. There's a lot of clothes that like for example with this braid pattern, like those braided sweaters, I love them. And I saw so many of them in South Korea and Japan, and I absolutely love them. And there are a lot of things like yeah, I love, for example, Shiba Inu. There were a lot of things with Shiba Inu, both in Japan and Korea. And what else do I love? I actually love those gloves. I have a lot of them also. I love those cute charms. I love things that are, yeah, a lot of those things were like, I also love those colors. Like there were so many things that I really liked, and there were kind of sporty things that were kind of sporty, like this style of a, you know, school football team or something like this. Like I kind of like this style sometimes, and there were also like things in this style, a lot of them in Korea and Japan. And I noticed that there were a lot of accessories. Like most of people there, they were more accessories than people in Europe. People in Europe, they are very basic, and they dress very basic. And I saw a lot of cute hair accessories in South Korea and Japan, and a lot of them, they were very cute. And like a lot of cute hats, a lot of cute bags. Like actually I really liked how people dress there. Like yeah, I was really surprised by how cute they dress. And also a lot of girls, they also wear those high socks, you know. And like people that they really dress very nice. And unfortunately people that they were also like very shy. At least I had this impression. Like a lot of times I talked to somebody that those people seemed scared. And but you know, some people are shy. There's nothing wrong with that. For me it was just like I was thinking that I'm intimidating them. But yeah, that's the impression that I had. Maybe they weren't scared, I don't know. But anyway, so that's it. See you in the next video. I plan to make a video about the outfits they had in Japan, maybe, or something like this, probably. I'm not sure if this will be the next one, but that's very likely. So see ya! Actually, I forgot to say another thing that really surprised me, and I forgot about this, is that there was a lot of people in the public places, but it was not loud. It was very silent. Those people were silent. Like you would come inside a train full of people and it was silent. You would come like in the street full of people, it was silent. Like for me, I didn't pay attention to this, and then my friend told me, look, you know, you see how many people they are silent and they are not loud like you. And I was like, I didn't even pay attention to that. But that was so surprising. Like you have so many people in one place, but they are silent. And another thing that I really love, like both about South Korea and Japan, is the nature. And next time I come, I really want to explore like nature more, because like when I was looking through the window when I was on a train, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing, you know, looks beautiful. So that's another thing.